Okay, I started the recording. Welcome to this week's Team Rise and Grind call. I'm glad that y'all called in. I have a couple of announcements. Personal development. Does everybody here know what personal development is? Have y'all seen that in your training yet? Okay, personal development comes in many different forms. It can mean different things for different people. Just anything, I like to consider anything that's going to move you forward into being a better person. It can be reading your Bible. It can be reading a book. I have been loving the 10X rule, the difference between success and failure. I have it on audio and I've been listening to it.
You know what I mean? Commitment, 10X.
That guy gets me all jacked up. So anyway, and I also have a book by John Maxwell that I'm reading called The Winning Attitude. We all need to check our attitudes. So I want all of you reading personal development. I prefer to read personal development. I just think that it does something for us to be actually reading, even if it's only 10 minutes a day, because I know most people say, you know, I don't like to read, or reading's boring, or reading makes me tired. I mean, there's all kinds of excuses, but I promise you, you will get so much out of it. And if you're reading the right book, you're going to be looking for time to read it. So 10 minutes a day isn't that much. So if you need help picking out a personal development book, then please let me know, or ask one of the other coaches on our team what they recommend. We have a list of fabulous books that we recommend. And then also, I like to listen to personal development. You can listen to podcasts or audiobooks, but just something that you can listen to on your downtime. Like, I listen to those when I'm driving, when I'm running, when I'm showering, when I'm getting dressed, those kinds of things. And it's just good, positive information filling my brain. We have enough bad stuff going in all the time between the news and gossip and whatever, that I really want to encourage personal development. Okay. And one of the big things that I learned this week on my personal development with the 10X rule book that I just finished today and restarted, he says, stop competing and dominate. Okay. So stop competing with what so-and-so is doing, or, you know, why is it working for so-and-so, or, and just start focusing on what you're doing, okay? Focus on how you can be valuable, all right? I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody and get started on the art of meeting new people. Okay, I'm going to give y'all access to unmute yourselves if you want. And there's also the chat box in the bottom. If you're logged in, you'll see that. Okay, the art of meeting new people. Eventually, you're going to need to expand your reach. Okay, I recommend that you go ahead and start doing that now, because it will be better for you to have formed those relationships with people instead of trying to do that later. So if you add more friends now, then you're getting to know them. The last thing that we want to do is add friends to start selling to them. Okay, that's not what we're in this for. We always want to help people. Last week we talked about FORM, the acronym FORM: family, occupation, recreation, and message. Okay, so that's what I'm referring to every time I say forming, when we're forming people, because we're in it to get to know people and help them. Okay, so if you have been coaching for a while and you're struggling meeting Success Club, like if you're not meeting Success Club every month, then you need to meet new people. Some coaches set a target of adding a certain number of new friends each week or day, but I like to just focus on being valuable and providing valuable opportunities like the Shred group and our 5-day groups, our monthly groups, and challenge support groups. So I like to focus on being valuable that way and offering those things and just steadily adding people, but I don't really do like a certain number. I did when I first started, so I think it helps you. Like if you're going to kind of procrastinate that and not make it happen, then set it for 2 new friends a day. I'm going to look for 2 new friends a day to add on Facebook, something like that. Or actually, the 10 times rule book that I've been listening to would tell you to look for like 10 friends a day, you know, make it big, go big, okay? And then if you come in at 2 a day, you know, that's okay. All right, so I also start to form people as I find them on social media. You know, people that I notice are continually liking my posts, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook. Those are people that just kind of stand out to me, and I start forming them, which means I start, you know, communicating with them and just getting to know them better. I use Instagram and Facebook. These are my primary forms of social media, but there are a lot of social media options out there. I know later on tonight, at 9, Meredith Gearston, who has led our team call before, is on our bigger team, Team Triceps, and she's going to lead Team Triceps call tonight on Snapchat. I don't know anything about Snapchat, but it's really big. And it is good for you to get involved in other forms of social media if you feel like our like Beachbody has kind of already saturated a certain social media. But just remember how many people are in the world, and there are always opportunities to help people. I just talked to 2 women today that reached out to me from one of my ads I ran on Facebook that are not familiar with Beachbody and their programs. So there are still people out there that are not familiar with Beachbody and their programs. Okay, so I also post on Twitter, but it's not where I'm present. I just do that like on Instagram when you're posting, you can select for it to automatically post to Facebook or Twitter. And I have it set up to where it'll post to my Facebook like page. And then I have it set up to where I just click it and it goes to Twitter. Now, I do get some response from that as far as people engaging with me, but I don't go to Twitter and just look at the feed and that kind of stuff. So I'm throwing myself out there, but it's not really somewhere that I sit and look. Okay, the key to meeting new people on social media is being consistent and posting consistently. Okay, if you're posting consistently for a week, and then you drop off for a week, people are not going to watch you as closely as they will a coach that is just consistently posting, okay? They're going to watch those people that they know are in it. I've been doing this for 2 years, and I've been posting consistently on Instagram and Facebook. And I believe that that is what has helped me meet Success Club, meet new people, just keep continuing to meet new people. Okay, so the first way of meeting new people that I want to talk about specifically is your Facebook friends. Friend request, friends of friends, okay? If you have several friends in common, like if you know how Facebook will suggest somebody be a friend, like they'll throw it up on the side. I guess they'll do it on your phone. I can't remember, but I know when you're on the computer, you'll see it off to the side where it'll say suggested friends. Well, if it's somebody that you have several friends in common with, and it's somebody that you'd like to be their friend, then friend request them. I do this, and then I message them and thank them for accepting my friend request. I do not message them a sales pitch. Okay? I don't message them and say, thank you so much. Are you ready to buy a program from me and be in my challenge group? Because guess what? They're going to unfriend me if I do that. I just message them and I say, thank you so much for accepting my friend request. I see we have several friends in common. And sometimes I'll go to their timeline and actually look for something to mention in my message. Hey, I just saw you had a baby last month. Congratulations. Whatever. Start liking and engaging on their posts. And this is kind of like an intro to forming them. You know, you liking and engaging on their posts. You don't want to stalk them, but just don't forget to go look at their timeline, okay? Remember that this is your car, okay? Chalene Johnson has a podcast out there that I like to listen to. So if you're ever looking for something to listen to, she's a good one. And she always talks about this being your car. In other words, if they're not somebody you really want to be friends with, you don't have to be. You're not looking for people to just meet a quota. You're looking for people that are like you, people that you're going to be able to have a relationship with. So you will meet people that you think you want to be friends with and then quickly realize that you don't want to be. Okay? So don't force it. This is your car. If you're not jiving with them, bye-bye. You know, just keep that in mind. We're not for everybody, and not everybody is for you. I've had people actually, you know, become my customers, and then I don't know, for whatever reason, they don't dig me, whatever. You can't be everything to everybody. So be selective. Make sure that there's somebody that you really want to be friends with. Because as their coach, you will, you know, want them to trust you, and you'll want to work closely with them so that you can really help them figure out their why and help them reach their goals. Okay, so you decide who rides in your car. Use the search feature on Facebook. Up at the top, the search feature, you know, where like if you're looking for somebody, like you think of an old high school friend and let's say Christy Williams, I just made up that name, and you type in Christy Williams and you're looking for her. Did you know that you can also type in, for instance, like a friend of yours, you can type in Christy Williams plus healthy recipes. Okay, now you want to do that with somebody you're already friends with. So like I could type in Carrie Johnson plus the little plus signal, healthy recipes. Okay, now what that's going to do is it's going to bring up anything that is linked between you and Carrie and healthy recipes. Okay, so that's just an option. You could do friends plus exercise. Okay, so that way you kind of pick out the people that are looking for healthy recipes and exercise. And just keep in mind, you know, whenever somebody posts, people post all the time what they're looking for. We just have to kind of be mindful of that. But if you're like me, your business, you know, your business is going to grow and you're not going to have time to just scroll the news feed. And so this is a way that you can do it. Like if there's somebody you're forming, because we want to keep a list of everybody that we're forming. So if there's somebody that you're forming and you want to see if they've posted anything about exercise, you can type their name, the little plus signal, and then exercise. So just test that out and play with it and see what you can find. It's pretty neat. Okay. All right, another thing is join groups on Facebook. You know, what are your hobbies? If you're into camping, you can join camping groups. You can join garage sale groups if you're into garage sailing, antiquing, horseback riding, you know, whatever you're into, painting, mom groups, whatever. I'm in a mom of boys group. And I'm in several running groups. Now, I will tell you that because of some practices of coaches, these groups usually come with very strict rules about not selling in them, okay? So, or the garage sale sites will have specific rules about your selling. So just always visit the policies and make sure that you're staying within the policies. But I don't recommend that you sell in these groups, and I'm not talking about selling like in a garage sale group, that's what that's for. But I don't recommend that you sell in a mom group or a camping group or any of those things. Those are just places for you to meet new people. Those are places for you to form people, okay? So remember that your goal is to meet new friends in those groups. So I would find somebody that posts things that you like, somebody that you could see yourself really being friends with, and then start engaging with them, and then write down their name on your forming list so that you don't forget, oh, who was that girl the other day that was on that group? And, you know, you can just go to your list and you can specifically type her name. Let's use Christy Williams again. Groups have a search feature up in the right-hand corner just under the cover photo. So you can type in her name instead of scrolling through looking for her post. And that way it'll immediately show you Christy Williams' most recent posts. And you can go and comment on those and engage with her. And after so many times of engaging back and forth with those specific people, you can friend request them. Okay, so I don't recommend friend requesting people right away. And then even after you do friend request them, after you have formed them, I still wouldn't sell them. You know, you want to take a little bit of time to get to know these people. Okay, because you know, you're not just in this to get people on your list to sell to. You want to know how you can help them, learn what their goals are. Okay. All right. So Facebook like page, that's number 2. Facebook like page, ads. You can sell on your like page, but I think being valuable on your like page gets you more action than selling on your like page does. All right. You can boost posts on your like page, and you can advertise your groups, like your upcoming challenge groups, like the 6-day shred and the 5-day healthy eating meal prep. You can like make a post about it and then boost it, and then you can specifically target certain audiences. I'm telling you, Facebook knows everything about us, y'all. I can pick that I want my boosted post to target women from the age of 35 to 55 that wear red shoes and shop at Target or shop at Sears or whatever. I mean, like they know these things about us because of all the things we look at on the computer. Have you ever shopped for something on the computer and then you log into Facebook and that thing pops up on the side, whatever you were looking for? Facebook knows these things about us. And so you can specifically target people. When you have a like page, that's another reason for all of us to create like pages, because we can sell on them and boost our posts. And that's how we meet new people. That's how I meet people, like on the 6-day shred. And I have like 10 different people I'm talking to right now. Several of them joined from my 5-day ad I was running. And then I have some that are messaging me from the ad I have running right now about our Leap of Faith group. Okay. Now, in order for people to join your challenge group, like if somebody responds to one of your ads about the 6-day shred in March, they have to friend request you. And so that's another way that you're adding friends. Okay. Make sure that it's somebody you want to be friends with. Make sure that it's, you know, within your target base, okay? For instance, a single man in his 80s is not going to be somebody that is in my target base, okay? So that's not somebody that I'm going to accept a friend request. I message people all the time declining friend requests, okay? And I just send them to my Facebook page. I tell them that's where I do all of my posting anyway. If you want to connect, we can connect over here. I've actually had to block a couple of men that have contacted me. So don't ever feel bad about doing that. You know, whatever you have to do to stay safe. Okay. So once somebody's friend requests you to be in one of your groups, start engaging with them. they want to find that the group is valuable, so make sure that, they're getting value out of the group and getting results. And then what's going to happen is they're going to want to continue that success. The value that they receive from the group and those results are going to want to continue that. So they're going to move from the free group to a challenge pack, okay? That's the goal, is to move them from a free group to a challenge pack. Now, some people, especially people that don't know you at all, found you through an ad or maybe a friend of a friend, they might need to go through a little bit more conversation back and forth before they commit to a challenge pack. But the goal is to move them from the free group to a challenge pack. And I keep saying that because you will have some people that will drain you and drain you and drain you and go through your free groups. And you really have to decide how much time you want to, put into those people. We're in this to help people, but at the same time, there are just some people that will take. And, you just have to kind of decide your own boundaries. Okay, another thing is friend request people that like your page. I don't personally do this unless they engage frequently on my posts, but there are other coaches that do. Okay, so if you have a like page and somebody likes that page, some coaches will just go friend request them. I just kind of wait and friend request the ones that are engaging a lot. All right, another way that you can meet people is to log in under your like page so that you're acting as your like page, and you can go to other pages. Like, for instance, you can go to a Old Navy page and start engaging with people in their page, okay? So, or maybe a mom group. Maybe there's a homeschool mom group or whatever everybody's into. Log in as your page and then find a couple groups to go into once a day and engage with those people. They're going to follow you back to your page, and hopefully a friendship will be born out of that. So that's just another way to meet people and start forming them. All right, don't forget to cancel unaccepted friend requests. Facebook has like a flagging system, and I'm not sure what the limit is, but if you go to your friend requests, it will show you, it has a little button that says sent friend requests. If you click on that, it will show you all of the people that you have friend requested that have not yet accepted, okay? So if I usually give it about a week, and if somebody has not accepted my friend request, I will unrequest it or whatever. It will let you do that. You can click undo or whatever, however that wording is. And also limit the number of people that you're friend requesting per day, because if you're friend requesting a lot of people every day, Facebook has some kind of a flagging system, like I said, and they're gonna pick up on that you're doing something. See, because it's supposed to be for socializing and having friends and not sales, and so they just try to keep on that. And also keep a list of the people that you're forming and set a time to invite them. Like, have a process, like maybe a month, or it can be 2 weeks if you want. But you need to be kind of specific about that. And the reason why I mentioned that is because it kills me when I'm forming somebody and they buy from another coach. And then they tell me that they didn't realize that's what I did. I mean, seriously? You've got to live on another planet to not realize that's what I do. But that's my fault. I can't blame them. I took too long forming them. So set a specific time and invite them to your groups, okay? Number 3 is Instagram. Consistently post and engage and find people through hashtags, okay? So you want to preferably post 3 times a day on social media. Preferably, I mean, you can do more if you want, but preferably do like 1 personal post and then like 1 like nutrition post or fitness post. You know, you can kind of figure out like what your niche is, but always make sure that you're putting in, you know, what it is that you're doing, something to do with coaching. And I'm not talking about being salesy. I'm talking about like a picture of you working out and promoting health, something like that. And you can do Facebook and Instagram at the same time so that you're not having to go to each one. All right, you can set up your Instagram that way to where it automatically posts to your Facebook. And is somewhere in our team page. So if you search for Instagram, it should come up. All right, but consistently post and engage on Instagram and find people through hashtags. Make sure that they aren't a coach before you start following them. And also make sure that they are not already posting about our programs, because if they are, then they're probably a coach or they probably have a coach, okay? And Beachbody hashtags will only attract Beachbody coaches. So if you're hashtagging Beachbody or hashtagging anything like, I'm hesitant to hashtag the 21-day fix and stuff like that, but I've kind of gotten back into it a little bit because Autumn liked one of my pictures recently and I'm starstruck. But that's how she found it, was a hashtag 21DFX for 21-day fix extreme. But I'm not going to find any prospects through a 21-day fix hashtag, okay? I'm going to find prospects through hashtags that are outside of the box, like hashtag friends, hashtag Tuesday, hashtag morning, hashtag yum, okay? Hashtag camper, hashtag green beans, you know, things like that. Those are the things that I'm going to find prospects through. So you can search hashtags on Instagram and people will also find you, because see, somebody's going to have green beans tonight and they're going to hashtag green beans and then they're going to look at all the hashtags. So I know it sounds silly, and it is silly on Facebook because hashtags just don't really work the same way, but they do on Instagram. They work great on Instagram and they have helped me a lot. So use them there. Now, if you're automatically posting to Facebook from your Instagram posts, then I don't recommend that you use the hashtags until like you comment. So you would do the post and then come back and comment on the Instagram. That way they're not carrying over onto your Facebook because it just looks kind of cheesy. People on Facebook don't like hashtags because they just don't work the same way. So if you are on Instagram and looking to learn more about Instagram, you need to let me know on our team page, because there is an Instagram page that I can add you to that we were invited to because we're a part of Team Triceps. Okay, it's Sarah Try's success partner, Anna Gray, has an Instagram group just for us coaches. And there's a lot of info that you can learn in that group. So if you're on Instagram, remember to comment on our team page and I'll add you to that group. It's helped me a lot. Okay, I screenshot people that I am forming on Instagram and I save them into an album on my phone, and that way I don't forget about them. Okay, that's my Instagram list that I'm forming. But you can always just write it on paper too. But you want to keep that list so that you don't forget those people, because you're going to have specific people on there and eventually they're going to rotate off. Some are going to rotate off because they're just not really, you know, maybe you're not really connecting with them like you thought you would. Or maybe they're just not interested in purchasing a program. So you can still follow them, but they're not your prospects anymore. Okay, your list should be your prospects. Or maybe they turn into a customer, so they come off of the list. But that's how I keep track of my Instagram people, is I have them, I screenshot them and add them into an album. Okay, and I also use, if you go to somebody's profile on Instagram and go up to the little dots up in the right-hand corner and you click those, I think there's 3 or 4 of them, you click that, you can click on turn on post notifications. And then it notifies you every time that person posts on Instagram. So everybody that I am forming, I've done that with. And so I have about 10 women that I'm forming on Instagram, and it's working really well because it notifies me every time they post. And so I'll click on that and go like their picture or comment. Okay? private message people on Instagram to go deeper with them. It doesn't have to be Beachbody related. Once you've started forming, you can look for them on Facebook and friend request them. Some people have their name listed on their Instagram account, okay? Like they may be called Mama of Three. But if you go to their Instagram profile, you'll see, you know, Christy Williams. So I always try to use people's names just to be more personal, especially if they're commenting on my pictures. Okay, so if somebody comments on my picture, I click on their name. Like I have one that follows me that I can't remember. Her name is something like that girl something or other. But her name is Amanda. And so sometimes I'll forget or I don't want to call her the wrong name. So I'll click on that and make sure, and then I'll come back to my picture. I'll say, thanks so much, Amanda. And then, you know, on Instagram, you have to put their screen name in there too for them to see that you've commented. So anyway, those are all tips for Instagram. So if you're not familiar with Instagram, then, you know, we can do a whole call on that alone. All right, so another thing that you could do is follow friends of friends that are not private. So if there are friends of yours that, you know, have friends, like go to their profile, and if they're not private, follow them because they could possibly be prospects. All right, the last one, and we're quickly running out of time, is real life, okay? Look for ways to meet people in real life. Vendor events at the grocery store. People are always, you know, lingering in the grocery store, reading nutrition facts and looking at the fruits and vegetables and dairy, and that's always an opportunity for you. Friends of friends, you know, anytime you're out and about, just always, you know, meeting new people. But when you meet somebody, don't put the ball in their court. You take charge, okay? Somebody asked me recently about business cards, and I have business cards, and I hand them out, but I don't leave it there, okay? I have learned that I want to take charge. So I ask people, are you on Facebook? Do you mind if I friend request you? And I'll friend request them right there, okay? And that way you have their information. You can contact them later. You're not just waiting, wondering if they're going to contact you or not. All right? Okay, and I'm just going to remind you, consistency and forming, okay? If you're consistently posting and consistently forming, then you're meeting new people, and you will, you know, just keep inviting people, and you'll have opportunities to help them. All right, we've only got like 5 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, was this helpful? Did y'all learn anything new?
Yes.
Are y'all excited about meeting new people? You have some options now that you didn't know about before? Maybe like the Facebook search feature?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, just remember, everybody, to invite a proof of the product and plug into personal development. Those are the 3 vital behaviors. If you do those 3 things, then your business will move forward. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody calling in tonight. If y'all think of any questions, or if you want to go deeper on anything that I talked about tonight, just be sure and post it in our team page, and I'll post the replay there. It takes a little while to transfer the files, so it may not be tonight, but I'll definitely get it uploaded. All right. We have a Super Saturday coming up in April. I think it's April the 2nd, so y'all don't forget that. We got to get signed up for that. All righty, everybody have a good night. Thank you for calling in. Bye.
Bye.